clicked it. Good
Hello,
morning.
everyone. How are y'all today? Happy Thursday and happy National Kindness Day. And we'll get into that in just a little bit.
Random Acts of Kindness Day.
That's right.
Good
morning,
day.
Laura. How are you, sweetheart?
Good morning. It is lovely. Hey, Rebecca.
Good morning, Rebecca. How are you doing? Thank you for being with us today.
It is a good day today.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I don't know why, but I'm in a good mood. Some days you're just in a good mood. So I am actually, I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I could have just do it the other way.
Good morning, Julie. How are you? Carrie, where are you?
Hey, Julie. Hey, Carrie. I don't know why I'm not like putting it in. I keep forgetting that we can do that now.
I just finished my 74th skein of yarn since August the 1st. Holy cow, what have you been working on? No, never mind. I know what you've been working on.
Congratulations.
Yes, you've been working on those dragons, haven't you?
That is awesome.
Goodness gracious.
Hello, Leslie.
Oh, you're in. Be right there. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Leslie, how are you, sweetheart? Let's see what the weather is in Spartanburg today.
Nightbot hasn't warmed up yet. Give it a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nightbot waits until we've been on for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Hello,
good morning, Gypsy. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Good to see you. Absolutely good to see you. I don't know. I'm in a good mood.
You're in a good mood because you went to the pain doctor and everything's good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was in a good mood before that. There, Spartanburg popped up. Awesome. Spartanburg. It is sunny with a temperature of 63 degrees Fahrenheit, 17 Celsius. Wind is blowing northwest at 11 miles an hour, and the humidity is 29%. Hey, Amy.
Good morning, Amy, sweetheart. Amy's weather is fair with a temperature of 38 or 3 Celsius. The wind is blowing from the northeast at 1 mile per hour, which means she has barely any wind at all, but she has 68% humidity.
Oh, in my weather.
Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. Gypsy says, you ladies bring such a bright light to my morning. Well, I'm so good. Glad for that. Sorry.
Well, where I'm at, it is sunny with a temperature of 53 Fahrenheit, 12 Celsius. The wind is blowing west-northwest at 13 miles an hour, and it is 32% humidity.
Wow. Well, let me see what mine is then. Weather. I hadn't even looked simply because I know what it feels like out there. All right. Let's see what Arlington is. It is, 70 degrees. The wind is blowing from the south at 11 miles per hour. Well, not right here in this neighborhood. And we have 74% humidity. Okie dokies.
Look at that.
There's not, well, no. When I was out earlier, there was no wind blowing. But now I look out the window here, and yeah, the limbs are going a little bit. So maybe we do have a little breeze kicking up out there.
Wow.
But I'm so excited, guys, because starting next Tuesday, we are promised rain.
Wow. Hey, Rita.
Good morning, Rita. How are you and Mama doing?
Well, I'm excited. And Rita's weather are rain showers with a temperature of 38 Fahrenheit, 3 Celsius. The wind is blowing from the north-northwest at 7 miles an hour. And boy, did that just move on me.
Yeah.
And her humidity is 79%. Hello, Lulu.
Hello, Lulu, sweetheart.
And Gypsy's weather. It is sunny with a temperature of 52 Fahrenheit, 11 Celsius, wind blowing from the southeast at 3 miles an hour, and 60% humidity. Hey, Asia Joe.
Hello, Asia Joe. How are you doing, sweetheart? She said
You
just a
said it.
quick hello.
Yep.
Girlfriend, you was sleeping?
Hey, Carrie. Good to see you.
Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment this morning that I missed.
Oh, no.
No.
That's
Was
not
it
good.
a
With
drive
my,
into the doctor's office or was it a virtual?
it was a drive-in to see if
Oh,
my
dear.
marks on my face were cancerous or not.
Oh, I
You
hope
need
you
to
can
call and
reschedule.
reschedule.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Well,
Look
thank you
at
so
the
much, Lulu. Oh, look how pretty is that?
yeah, just a second. Let me make her big.
Hey,
Pull that back
Michelle.
up. Hello, Michelle, sweetheart. You finished another round of bell. Look at that. That's a big bell.
That is so pretty.
Hello, DK. How are you today, sweetheart? And Leslie Crochet, how are you, sweetie?
Hey, ladies. Good to see ya.
Good morning, everyone.
Rita said, Mom is tired but doing good. Had a relaxing day, no stress. Just done 4 loads of laundry.
Oh,
Oh,
good grief.
my.
And Leslie says, Carrie, that is pretty. Very
And Nana
pretty.
Mama
Thank
Cat, good to
you.
see you.
Good morning, Nana Cat. And right now, while I'm thinking about it, that dragonfly pattern you wanted me to check,
Mm-hmm.
I would get to row 3 and have to rip out.
Okay,
Start over.
I'll help you because I really want help on 8.
Okay. Well, no.
Alive.
Yeah, I know what my problem is. I got so ticked off at it last night that it's my yarn that I ripped out and the skein that I'm practicing with is sitting right here on the floor. It is not on a mat. It is not on a book. It is literally on the floor. I'm so mad at it.
Well,
So
send me that
no,
pattern.
I know what my problem is.
Well, I want to see. I want to see it.
Okay. My problem is that the text of the pattern is all written in one big paragraph form.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that I am either missing a stitch or putting in a stitch that's not supposed to be there. So I'm going to have to take each row and rewrite it where my brain can focus in on it.
Oh, wow.
Did you start it again?
No.
Oh, that's where you're at.
I ripped it out to, this is the row that I have trouble with because you see, it says chain 3, single crochet, chain 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next row, it says chain 4, single crochet in the single crochet, chain 4, which is the top of the wings. And then when you get to the row above that, it says put 4 double crochets in the chain, a treble crochet in the single crochet, and 4 double crochets. Well, now they've increased the row by 2 stitches.
Right.
So when I get to here, there's 11, not 9.
Okay. Well, like I said, I know I finally, once I calmed down, I went and worked on something else. And so when I got up this morning and I was still finishing up this project I started on yesterday, you know, how you start thinking and talking to yourself in your head about, you know, multitasking, basically. I just said, okay, Maureen, you're going to work on that dragonfly pattern to at least get to row 8, but you're going to have to rewrite it for yourself. That's just all there is to it. So that's what I'm going to have to do so that my brain can read it the way I'm used to reading patterns. So that's what I'm going to have to do.
Well, let's catch up with the chat. Rita said, I can't knit and crochet. I didn't listen to my body, so I'm stitching instead. Leslie's Crochet Corner said, waking up, rain starts later, so not loving the knee pains already. Rita said, hopefully only a week or 2 with the left hand in a brace. The weather here in Florida Sparta's weather is sunny with a temperature of 54, 12 Celsius. The wind is blowing southwest at 1 mile an hour, humidity 61%. DK said, I've just come in from work. My work schedule has changed. I'm not supervising children at lunchtime. I'm currently doing kitchen duties as overtime because staff shortages. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
Asia Joe said, oh, wow, Carrie, I'm going to work on it today and probably need your help on row 5 later on.
That's
Asia
fine.
Joe also said, I'm glad it ain't just me with that project, LOL. Poor Carrie had to help me yesterday with a different project too.
Oh,
Rita
that's okay.
Says, Rita also says part of Sweden got snow dust today, so now I want it even more.
Well, you know, Rita, that when you get the snow, you got to send me some pictures and a little video. You know, you got to do that. You're my snow fixer. Rebecca said, I just spent some time working on a Christmas present cardigan for my daughter and moving on to market inventory. Goodness gracious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Dinky Jen's weather. It is a cloudy with a temperature of 52 Fahrenheit or 11 Celsius. The wind is blowing from the north at 8 miles an hour and very humid at 90%.
Whoa. Must
That
say.
is humid.
Yeah.
My goodness.
See, she always sends me videos. She's got a beautiful park area right outside her window. And oh man, right after she moved in there last year, I guess it's been a year now, hasn't it, Rita? Woo! Mercy. She when they got snow, she sent me pictures, and at Christmas time she sent me pictures. Oh, it was just so nice. Better than yesterday, Laura says. I can't say why I'm in. Oh, come back up here. Why in the chat my words yesterday was stressful, but it got solved. Okay, sweetie. Well, that's good. Heidi, sweetheart. Heidi. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Good to see you.
And Asia is putting away the dishes now while making up steak and eggs for a late breakfast lunch, thinking stuffed peppers for dinner. Well, I'll take the eggs. Somebody else can have your steak.
I like the stuffed peppers. 15 months, Rita says.
That's what I thought. Wow. Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I just love it when she sends me pictures of, in fact, she even sent me some last spring and even in the summer of what the little park outside her windows look like. It was really nice seeing the folks. You got a good sleep of 10 hours. Well, lucky duck you are.
Can I have some?
I know. 14 days more, and it's 12 months since mom moved, since mom's stroke. Wow. But she has come so far, Rita. Oh, my goodness.
Weather in Sheffield is mostly cloudy with a temperature of 52 Fahrenheit, 11 Celsius. The wind is blowing from the north and northwest at 4 miles an hour, and the current humidity is 83%. Hello, Lana. So good to see you.
Hello, Lana, sweetheart. I hope the puppers are behaving themselves. You know, I send them little messages that they need to be good, especially for today. Because as you can tell by the title, this is National Kindness Week. But every November the 13th is set apart as to be recognized as a day of kindness. Now, you know, I don't know why we have to have one day designated as kindness. I mean, you know, stop and think about it. Carrie's always saying, she's even got a devotional book for us now about ways in which we need to be reminded to be kind to one another. But, you know, that's okay. So what I really want us to talk about today is ways in which we can go out of our way, be a little bit extra kind today. So
yes,
let's start it rolling. I'm going to say that whether you like it or not, we really ought to meet each other, whether it's a stranger or someone that we know, family. We should always greet one another with a smile on our face, and a genuine smile, not one that's just painted there. You know, it needs to go all the way up our eyes. really be bold and beautiful, because there are so many folks walking around in this world that carry the stress, the anxiety of what's going on in their lives on their faces and in their body posture. So just a simple smile from a stranger, at least for just a moment, should lift your spirits. Don't you agree?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, it's National Anti-Bullying Week in the UK.
Not the doctors.
Oh, goodness, Rita. I think we all feel that at times.
Well, you don't know what the average stranger is going through.
That's right.
You don't know, did they just have someone pass away? You don't know if they just got into an argument with their boss.
Mm-hmm.
So to treat everyone with kindness and gentleness
Yeah.
is, you could be the one person in their life that smiled at them today.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So just pass along a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind, because you never know what they're going through.
Right.
Hmm.
And I even like to ride along with that smile, say hi. And if you're going to ask the question, folks, how are you? Be willing to stop and listen.
Take the time to listen.
Yes,
Always
exactly.
listen. Yes, Michelle, you need to be kind.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Rebecca, they do go hand in hand.
That's right. They most certainly do.
Yes, always.
So what's another way we can show acts of kindness? Hello, Tammy, sweetheart. How are you doing?
If you're going into a store, hold the door for someone.
There you go. That was one that was coming up on my radar.
And if the doors open automatically, allow them to go in front of you.
That's right.
When you get in line, when you get in line to pay for your stuff, if the person behind you has less, let them go in front of you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, answer them, Michelle. I know exactly. Don't answer them.
Yeah.
Nothing chaps my rear more than when you have like 3 things in your hand and somebody has an overflowing buggy
basket. Yeah.
They don't let the person with just a few things go in front of them. I don't understand that. That's not kind. Hello, Laura. It's good to see you.
Good morning, Laura D. How are you doing? Rita says a simple thing is for me to smile to the home care staff when they come and say welcome, and say thank you when they are done. Exactly. Yes, a lot of folks would say, well, that's just common manners. And it might be, but you know what? Still using them acknowledges them as a person. You know what I mean? And I just think that it's just a way of showing respect, and respect, along with respect, comes kindness.
And Julie said, taking time to thank cashiers and other service workers, tell them you appreciate their hard work. And DK said, I do that most days anyway. Even today I said, are you all right? As I tried to pass them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Rebecca said, my favorite thing is to pay attention to the cashier's name tag and acknowledge them by name.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Leslie. And say thank you when someone does open the door for you. It happens to me a lot, but I also open it for the elderly and for those that can't. Just simple little things like that. And like Froggy was saying, I can't tell you the number of times I've been standing in line and I see someone behind me just with 1 or 2 items. It's like, hey, why don't you go ahead and go? Are you sure? Yes, please. I mean, look at what I've got here. You're going to be standing here a while. Go ahead and get on your way.
Oh, yeah, I do that. My husband does that. We always do, because why should they have to wait?
Mm-hmm.
When I have so many.
Right. Rita says, they say that not many people say thank you and you're welcome. I know, Rita. I know. Our self-care people that come in to take care of us and that kind of thing. I do know that many of them are looked upon as a person in a servant, so to speak, capacity. And so maybe they feel like the person that's receiving the service, maybe they feel like, that it's not necessary to say thank you because they are performing their work. Well, no, everyone needs to be shown kindness. Everyone needs to be shown respect. And I just don't think that that's just too much to ask for anyone. Yes, there you go, DK.
DK, it is so ingrained in me with the please and thank you.
Yes.
The yes or no, sir, and things.
Mm-hmm.
When I ask my Alexa something and it answers me, I always say thank you.
And isn't it funny?
Do you know that it now says you're welcome?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it does.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
A little funky, but that's okay.
I just have that habit. And I do. It's a habit.
DK says, I always greet the bus drivers and say, thank you when I get off. I do it out of habit, but I mean it anyway. That's right. Laura reminds me of being a military wife and going grocery shopping at the commissary. I would say, if you can't keep a smile on your face, don't come at all.
Don't come at all.
Amen.
I agree. Rebecca said, as a daycare after school teacher, I feel like kindness is not extended there. It's a pretty thankless job. I think a lot of jobs are thankless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it doesn't take much to turn around and say, thank you.
Lulu says, I do that to Siri, and sometimes I tell Siri I love him.
Oh, yeah.
My Siri doesn't talk to me.
Oh.
Mine does. But I don't call it Siri. I call it Sherry. And that's the only thing that activates it, which is weird. I had to make sure I clicked it off real quick.
Right.
You have an iPhone, Kathy?
No, it's my iPad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my 16E, I can't get it to talk to me.
It is really silly, though. Not really. Not silly, haha.
I do the same thing with my Gemini, Rebecca. She says when I use Chat GPT, I always say please and thank you. I do too.
Do that with my Gemini.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's silly. It's sad that people, the younger generations, don't do it.
Right.
I taught my children to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do it more. It means so much. Just that little thing. It can change someone's attitude completely.
There you go, Laura. She says, when I get on the bus and I tap my card, I say hi or good morning or afternoon and thank you when I get off the bus. And it's little things like that can really make someone feel good, even if it's just for a minute or two. You know what I mean? It triggers those endorphins. It gives us a good feeling. And not only to the person that we're talking to, it should also make us feel good because, number one, we're recognizing one another.
Yes.
We're not just human beings floating around out there in the hemisphere, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that's okay, Lulu. You go take care of what you need to do, sweetheart.
And thank you, Leslie. But, it doesn't take much to do that. But you can take someone who is in such a foul mood, and just by being kind to them, you can flip their mood 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's incredible.
Right.
It gets confused with you.
There's been lots of times when I've been in the grocery store or just somewhere, and there's a young mother that's having a hard time with the little one, whether they're sitting in the basket or they're, they're just struggling. And sometimes all it takes is for you to just stop and say, well, my goodness, are you having a bad day? Or my father-in-law, when my girls would get real upset or just, he'd look right at them and say, what color is it? Like he was really interested. What color is it? You're like, what? And then just enough to snap them out of whatever their little hissy fit is and help both the mother and the child to kind of have that little cool down moment when a stranger is willing to be kind enough. Now, you don't have to put your arms around them or anything, but sometimes just approaching and being willing to
you probably don't want to do that to a stranger. They might think that you're out of your mind.
You got that right. But, just sometimes being willing to acknowledge the fact that, sweetheart, I understand what's happening to you because we've been there, done that. I have had my youngsters in the store just throw a hissy fit and being so embarrassed. And then, of course, getting angry at the child because we are embarrassed. But sometimes if a stranger can just, in a very calm way, approach and just say, hey, what's going on today? In that very, cheerful voice. To me, that's another way of acting kind and recognizing that we all need a little help every once in a while.
Oh, no, Asia Joe, I completely agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that I have interacted with that were rude, I guarantee it's because their parents didn't teach them manners.
Right.
And that's what they're because your children are a reflection of you.
That's right.
There are some exceptions that no matter how much you teach them, they still don't listen.
Well, they're not going to listen to us. They're going to listen more to their peers and see what their peers are doing rather than what the family's trying to teach. And good morning, Thrifty Sweetie. How are you doing? We're talking about random acts of kindness because today is kindness, being kind to one another day. Not that I think we need to have just one day to be reminded, but.
And honestly, I think it boils down to respect.
It really does.
You need to have respect for one another as human beings.
Yeah. And
But my husband catches me even saying excuse me to the cat when I'm trying to walk. It's so ingrained, and I'm trying to walk and cat's in front of me and I'm going, excuse me, as I'm trying to pass by the cat. And my husband's like, do you think the cat understands you?
Yes, I do.
I do
eventually, too. Well, eventually they'll understand, but yeah, I do that.
I do it with my dogs. You're not alone.
Nope.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Mine walk right in front of me and then stop.
Yeah.
And it's like, seriously?
Exactly, Asia Joe. Ephesians 4:29 says, let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impact grace to the hearers. Amen, sweetheart.
Amen. Mom always said that, and sorry if the most polite thing I've seen. Oh, wait, I just read two comments together.
Yeah, you combine two at the same time.
And sorry if she accidentally stepped on them. Okay.
Right.
And then Leslie said, yes, I say thank you to our dog. She is the most polite thing I've ever seen. That's awesome, Leslie.
Patsy got in trouble this morning.
Oh, no.
I was polite enough to share my banana with her, and she took it so happily. And then she dropped it on the floor and jumped in her chair.
Oh.
Wasted a good banana. She gets no treats today.
Oh, Mama.
I don't think it tasted the way she wanted it to.
Has she eaten bananas before? Oh, she has. Okay. Asia Joe said, I just have heard elders talk down on kids. That's right. For not knowing how to count change. Okay, but before you came to gossip about them, did you first take 3 minutes and teach them at the register? Exactly. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Trisha.
Good morning, Trisha. How are you?
Good morning, Trisha. Good morning, Panda.
Good morning, Panda. How are you morning. Happy pre-Friday. Boy, you're really heading towards the weekend fast, aren't you?
Friday Eve.
Yeah, Friday Eve. That's right.
Mhm.
Are you off today, Panda? Yes, because Age of Joe, they don't teach that skill in schools anymore. No, they don't.
Mm.
There's a lot of stuff they don't teach in school anymore.
And manners
No.
is one of them. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that
Yep.
happened when they took the Bible out. Oh, shut up, Froggy. Sorry. I will
Well,
keep
speaking
my
of
opinion.
that, Carrie, do you happen to have handy your devotional book on kindness?
What do
Since
you
this
think?
is
Do you think it's handy?
well, I hope it is.
Okay. I'm almost done with this.
Oh man, that is so pretty. It really, really is.
What is today? That's 13th.
13th. Yes, the month is already almost halfway over.
An excellent spirit. This Daniel became distinguished above all the other high officials and satraps, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. Daniel 6:3. What have you excelled in lately? You might have finished a project well ahead of schedule, had a small win in parenting, or you may have passed an exam with flying colors. Well done on your achievements. As you reflect on what you have been able to do, remember who it is that has given you the skill, talents, and circumstances to be able to carry this through. You are blessed, and it is good to acknowledge with humility the one who created you to do good things.
Mm-hmm.
Offer to teach your art, music, sport, or other talent to a child.
Yep.
I like that.
I'm going to jump back up here.
You know, Maureen, you sent me some stuff in
Messenger.
Instagram. Yeah, it was in Messenger, but it was in Instagram. And that lady that said that our body was built with 12 ribs on each side for the 12 disciples and the 12
tribes of Israel.
Thank you. And then our spine had
33.
Very, very, very interesting. I didn't ever think about it, nor did I ever know it. It was excellent to see. Thank you for sharing that with me.
And our protein enzyme is in the shape of a cross. Oh my goodness. That girl, I tell you what, she laid it all out. If that doesn't tell you that you are truly wonderfully made in the image of God, I don't know what does. Panda says, I tend to go through life kind of minding my own business. As a man approaching someone randomly, no matter how good my intentions are, people do a double take. Don't want to be in that situation. I understand. And that's exactly what Carrie was saying a minute ago. In society nowadays, it is hard to show kindness. It just really is, because most people don't know how to react.
Right.
I mean, they just really don't. Some folks take it as that there's an ulterior motive behind you being kind to them. Like, okay, thank you for that, but now what do you want? I mean, I used to jokingly, when my kids would come up to me and say, Mama, I love you. And I'd say, I love you too, sweetheart. Now, what do you want? You know what I mean? And even though I would say that jokingly, Always knew there was an ulterior motive behind that. But still, that was just one way of them showing kindness to me. And I should have taken it for what it was. They just were trying to express to their mama how much they loved her. Natural selection has missed a lot of people. That's right. You got that right. Very much so. Mom did that too, Leslie said.
Mine didn't do that to me. Mm-mm.
Asia Joe is saying schools are there. Schools are there to be an aid, but really parents need to step up and parent. Example of adults with accountability again. They ain't the school kids. I digress off my soapbox though. Sorry. Hey, honey.
It's okay.
Yep.
It's quite all right.
That's right. Well, I think other ways in which we can show random acts of kindness is, we've mentioned a lot of these before, being willing to shovel the snow off our neighbor's walkway, especially if they're elderly, checking in on the elderly in our neighborhood, making sure, that they're okay. Do they need a ride somewhere? And it's really easy to do that with our neighbors if we have had or built a relationship with them. But there's nothing to say that we can't do that, even if we don't know them that well. I just think we need to get back to being a community with one another and not being so isolated.
One of the ladies upstairs had steak the other night for dinner and she couldn't eat it all. And she was telling Jason that what she had left, she wanted to give to Patsy.
Mm-hmm.
She brought it down yesterday and I was like, who is that? And he said, one of the ladies. Oh, excuse me. One of the ladies, that's a wake up yawn. One of the ladies from upstairs wanted to give her leftover steak to Patsy. And I said, oh, are you going to give it to her? And he goes, yeah. She wolfed that down, didn't even say thank you.
Panda said, I was terrified of my mother growing up. She demanded respect and manners. God forbid if one of my neighbors caught me showing off. Probably not the healthiest way to raise a kid. That fear led to respect.
Good morning, Pinko.
Hey, Pink.
Hello, Pink. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here with us. It's been a bit. Well, I don't think we need to fear or, kind of like what Panda was saying. Good morning, Connie. How are you doing?
Hey, Connie. Good to see you.
Good morning, Connie.
Oh, time difference. Yes, I understand that. And time change, too. Kind of like a double whammy. Oh, you're in California.
Yep.
I didn't know. I had you play somewhere else. In fact, I had you on the East Coast, not the West Coast.
Doing good today. I hope you are too, Connie.
Yeah. We're doing great, sweetheart. But no, manners to me has always been very important. And like you said, I raise not only my kids, but my grandkids as well to show manners, because I used to tell them, how you are and how you treat others is a reflection of me. And I want you to show that you have been raised right. You do know how to respect your elders. You do know how to acknowledge when people do things for you. And at the same token, I want you to show others that you know how to be kind. You know how to be respectful. Because as I said, that's a reflection on me. That's a reflection on your parents. And so I don't know how that kind of ties into Panda's situation, but yeah, I don't think I've never looked at my parents demanding respect. You know what I mean? I I just saw it as a natural process. But I'm sorry that yours was like that, Panda. I really am.
You know, we had told our children the same thing, that when they go out in public, they are a reflection of us, and that, you know, the way that they behave, people are going to blame us if they don't behave correctly.
Right.
And, you know, it's worked with all of the kids but one. We all know who that is. But it really has worked. And they do, you know, and it is very comforting, you know, when someone would go to Joey and say, hey, look, you know, Roy is really a wonderful young man.
Yeah.
But on the other token, when we get the phone calls about the girl, you know, that's awful.
Panda says, yeah, home training. That's right. It all comes down to what you are trained and taught at home. I'm not complaining. I turned out okay, all things considered. None of us are in jail or anything crazy. Yeah. I think being respectful to others is being respectful to yourself. Exactly, Rebecca. Carrying yourself upward and loving who God created. Amen.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hear you, Froggy. You know, when my girls are the grandsons, because we raised both of them for a good portion of their lives. You know, they'd go and spend the night, or they'd go on a trip, or they would be somewhere where we weren't, you know, around. They'd say, you know what? They were just so respectful, so good, so blah, blah. And I would say, my kid? Are you talking about my kid? Because that's not the child that runs around in my house.
Exactly. You know, and it feels good when someone does compliment you and tell you, oh my gosh, she is so respectful. And I'm like, my kid? Are you talking about
I remember the first time we were in a checkout line, and Warren was with us, and he wanted to buy something. And I said, okay. And I thought it was a good teaching moment. In fact, he might have been 10. I don't remember. I just know he was young. And so I gave him the money. And before she checked out our stuff, I said, he wants to buy something. So he's standing there, and she rings it up, and he says, here you go, ma'am. She, you know, okay. So she gives him the change and says, thank you very much. And so while we're doing my stuff, of course, Warren is right there. He's not only helping sack, but he's also putting things in the basket. And when we get ready to leave, he turned to her and he said, thank you. And she said, just a minute, young man. I want you to know that your manners today have made me smile. So, and I mean, you could see his little shoulders just back up like this, you know, and he just strutted all the way out to the truck, and we got in, and I told him, I said, you see, people recognize when you are being respectful to them, and just those simple acts of please and thank you. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir.
They go a long way.
To that lady, she told you, you know, you made me smile today. You had great manners. Thank you so much.
Rebecca, that's awful.
Let me catch up with, I'm going to catch up with the chat. Panda said, despite it all, we always said, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Thank you, please, you're welcome, etc. Even now, she's almost 70, and she is feisty. Now, Rebecca said, although my son was written up at work and had to go to sensitivity training for saying yes, ma'am to his boss, she didn't like it and reported him.
Because he was showing her some respect?
Oh, exactly, Asia Joe. No, I never.
Goodness, Rebecca.
Now, I did have certain standards for my children, but they were never higher than what I set for myself.
Oh, no. Nope.
That's ridiculous, Rebecca.
That's right. Goodness. Seems like she needs to go to sensitivity training.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I am so sorry that happened to him. I truly am.
I mean, there needs to be
Mhm.
somebody in contact about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're not saying we do. I know
Yeah.
that, Joe. I'm agreeing with you completely.
When Wayne and I first started dating, I had my youngest daughter with me, and it would drive her crazy that Wayne would open the door, not only for me, but for her as well. And she would complain to me all the time. She says, Mama, I don't want him doing that. I am a grown girl. I can do it myself. And I turned and looked at her and I said, you will allow him to open the door for you. You will allow him to pull out the chair for you to sit down somewhere. You will allow him whatever it is. I said, because number one, his mother taught him to be respectful to a woman. And I said, when you deny him or any other gentleman the right to show respect to you, as far as I'm concerned, you are disrespecting the mother or the parent or the whoever it was that raised him to be respectful. When we lived in Connecticut, my son had a teacher that yelled at him because he would do the yes and no man. My word, Laura.
My husband, which you
Mm-hmm.
have met him. When he asks me to do something or whatever, I always say yes, sir. And he gets on to me every time I say it.
Nah.
When I reply, yes, sir, no, sir. And he goes, why do you do that? I'm like, habit.
Habit.
That's just how I reply to him.
Yeah.
And it drives him nuts. And I don't understand that. Panda said in the military, I learned how to make yes, sir, sound like a curse word. Oh, my.
Isn't that just a prerequisite, though, in the military?
Asia Joe said, my nephews might act out at home, but they're respectful at aunties around me. I show them respect first, so they try to give the same back. And when they don't, I don't scoop to their level. I don't stoop to their level either. I teach them. No, I never have done that when the kids would act out. And the one child that does, I don't stoop to her level because I'm hoping she will learn from our example.
Yeah. Rebecca said, Panda, we taught our kids to say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir. She didn't like men as a general rule. So a young man who was quickly rising in the ranks at the job was a threat.
Wow.
Well, I just think it's a shame when people take offense to
I do.
the common manners, like the yes man. I don't know.
I don't know why Joey gets annoyed by it. I don't know why. I'm not being mean or rude or anything. It's what you're supposed to say.
You're not being sarcastic.
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Panda says, I'm from Connecticut and I never experienced that before, Rebecca. Wow.
Wow. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I do hope that with this being recognized as National Kindness Day, that you don't just do this one day out of the whole year. And I know that y'all don't, but I do hope that we all at least once a day.
Y'all don't say ma'am. Wait a minute. DK Jensen in the UK, they don't say ma'am.
That's right. They don't.
What do you say instead? Laura said, I came unglued on her. I told my son was raised with manners. So sorry, she didn't. I have to know. You say yes, sir, but what do you say instead for the woman? If it's not ma'am, that's odd.
It's funny that you mentioned that, DK, because there's a gentleman who has been transplanted from the UK to Texas, of all places, here in the United States. And he had just made a little short on his Facebook page talking about his Facebook page is all about the transplanted Englishman. And he had just made a little clip about the fact that one of the things that you in America do that we don't in the UK is say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. He said, ma'am is extremely foreign to us. We just say thank you. It took me a while to listen to y'all saying it. Really? Oh, my goodness. Wow.
That's interesting.
Asia Joe said once a month or a few months, put a thank you card together and a $10 to $20 gift card together if you can and give it to a random veteran at a store. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Or be willing to pay for someone's, like when you're in the drive-through.
Oh, we do that. Mm-hmm. We do that. Joey loves at breakfast time when he's going through to get his biscuit and his coffee. He loves to pay for the people behind him.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. And he said every now and again he'll go up there and his food's paid for.
Right. Uh-huh. Yep.
He always pays for the people behind him. Not every time, but I would say probably 7 or 8 times out of 10 he pays for the people behind him.
Yep.
I think that is wonderful to do.
And I don't know if y'all have seen it on Facebook, but there's a gentleman every once in a while, he pops up on my Facebook feed. He'll be in the grocery store or at Walmart or somewhere like that. And he's just walking around there at the checkout line. And he does this. I mean, I notice it more for the elderly. They're there and they're watching their groceries come across, and he gets kind of close to them. And as soon as it comes up with the total, he takes his credit card or PayPal, whatever it is, and he goes over there and taps it real quick. And some of the expressions on some of their faces of, what did you just do? Mm-hmm. And by this point, he's already turned around and walked off and leaves the cashier to say, that gentleman just paid for your groceries.
Oh, my word.
Now, I really wish that I could do that kind of random act of kindness. Let me tell you, I really do. But wouldn't it be awesome to be able to do that for someone?
And I wish I had the ability to be able to do that around here. Leslie said, here, I try to leave out water and snacks or a beanie for the postal worker.
Yep. Yep.
Panda said, that's cool, Lulu. We do that every now and again, normally when the weather is hot. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I've done this most years. My husband will put a hat. I'll make a hat and a scarf or a cowl, and he'll put it in the mailbox with the flag up.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
they've got it. Pink said it happened to my parents. A stranger just paid for their groceries.
Isn't that awesome? I mean, yeah, you see, that's right. They're shorts. That's right, DK. Oh, on YouTube. Well, I've seen mine mainly on my Facebook page. Yeah. I
would love to have the really financial ability to do that. Because I would love to do that. Just randomly walk up and pay for someone's food.
Oh, exactly, Rebecca. I leave treats for our postal workers, especially during the holidays when they are still out delivering at 9 p.m. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
And, our random act of kindness doesn't only have to extend to one another, but how about leaving out, wherever it is that you see that strays are, maybe taking containers of water, spreading them out somewhere, good, clean water, maybe little cans of dog food or a paper plate with some kibble on it or something. Our random act of kindness need to include our four-legged friends as well.
Yes, it does. You can make a warm place for them to sleep very simply.
Oh, yeah.
You get the styrofoam cooler and you get I'm calling it Rubbermaid, but it's not. One of them giant totes. You take the styrofoam cooler, you put hay inside of the big tote, put the styrofoam cooler in it, put more hay around it, and on
Yep.
top of it, snap the lid down. You cut a hole in the side, the short side, all the way through and inside of the styrofoam cooler. Make sure there's some hay in there, and that way they can go in and stay warm during the winter.
Yep. Panda said my stepdad built a cat hotel in their backyard area for the stray cats in the neighborhood. He even got heat pads and blankets. Oh, Panda, that's so cool.
My neighbor does that, so I think it's fantastic to do that. He feeds them, and they know what time to be let in at night and what time he lets them out in the morning. They all know him. I think it's fantastic.
Panda, that's so cool.
I do. I love that. You know, not this is going to sound, I don't mean the three of us, but during the holidays, you can go around to YouTubers that are monetized and send them a random super chat.
Oh, yeah.
All around. I love to do that during the holidays. Just pop in, send them a super chat, and go on about my business. That
and pop out.
I do. I call it a run by super chat.
Yeah.
That way, it gives them a little extra money. You know, sometimes it's the difference between them getting a check and not getting a check.
Right.
You know, so it helps them.
Yeah. Asia Joe says, do not use blankets in those cats without a way to keep dry completely, or they can freeze from the moisture caught in the blankets. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he does change them often, Asia Joe. He doesn't let them stay wet or hungry. He's an old cat lady now.
Oh, yeah. Well, my neighbor's a vet tech, so she keeps it clean.
Right.
Oh, yeah. But I think it's just something small you can do. You can PayPal them. You can just send them a super chat on YouTube, and it could be anything from $2 to whatever. It'll make their day.
Right. Panda said he started naming these cats. Sometimes the mama cats will bring the babies to show him. Oh, that's so cool.
Hello, Martha.
How are you, sweetheart? It's been a while.
Good to see you. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm glad you did, Asia Joe. I'm glad you did. Because other people may not know that you have to keep them dry.
Yeah.
Because if it gets wet, there's no sense in having it. They're going to get cold and freeze.
Right.
You know, I mean, no, I agree. But there's so many ways you can be kind. And the best way at the beginning is just smile.
That's right. And like I said, if you're going to say, hi, how are you? Stop and listen. I mean, so many times we just throw that little phrase out there as it's part of when you say hi, you have to say how are you doing? I just think it's real important. If you're going to ask the question, you need to sit and wait for the answer. Oh, Asia Joe, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, you're always cleaning and cooking, girlfriend. I tell you what, I don't know about you.
Well, I'm glad we had you engaged in the conversation, Asia.
That's right. That's right. I got to go and warm up my lunch.
Take care.
I have to go to the restroom. I love you guys. Take care and be kind. Remember, one act of kindness can change the world. I'll be right back.
Love you, Carrie. I try to get here, but the time zone differences. So cute about the cats. Mine are in the bad books for being extra annoying this morning.
Because no third breakfast? Oh my goodness, 3 breakfasts?
But we are getting ready to leave. So I really appreciate you guys joining us every time that we go live. You guys are amazing.
Yes,
don't forget, if you're watching the replay, to leave a thumbs up and definitely leave Maureen a comment, even if it's just a thumb or a heart. It would be super appreciated. And don't forget, tomorrow evening, we will be having Southern Sisters. So make sure that you join us. Please stay safe, be kind to one another, and happy yarning. And more.
As she said, thank you all so much for being here. You know, I take this as one of your random acts of kindness today, where you come in, you let us know that you're here, and you stay and you enjoy the chit chat. So everywhere you go today, be kind, whether it's in a live, out and about in the neighborhood, wherever you're at. Because remember, even just a smile can turn a frown upside down and make someone else's day better. We love you all. And as always, please remember to be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light they need to see. I love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.